Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I will be doing my top 7 favorite Total Drama videos. Yes, I know this is a weird video because it's Total Drama. Not a lot of you have watched the show or remembered it, but I have. It was in my top 10 favorite Cartoon Network shows, and it's a pretty good show if you ask me. The reason I'm doing a video on it now was because one day I was flipping through Netflix. I haven't had really anything to watch because I just finished BoJack Horseman and F is for Family on Netflix. So I'm like, hey, I'm gonna just watch Total Drama, and I started watching it, and I was reminded why I love this show so much. So let's get into it. Let's get into the video. Pockettail Island. Pockettail Island was Total Drama's worst season in my opinion, because it didn't really have that many storylines. And yes, Total Drama isn't really a story-based show, a story-heavy based show, but that's what I come to Total Drama for, is the story and sometimes the comedy. It sometimes makes me laugh. And I just like the overall feel of Total Drama. Pockettail Island had none of that. The only character that kinda made me laugh was Sugar, and the only two storylines they had was Dave and Sky, which they did horribly, and Jasmine and Sean, which ended up to be a good storyline. And that's basically it for Pockettail Island. Dave and Sky was doing bad. Sean and Jasmine was okay. Oh, and also Amy and Sammy, which I didn't really care about. It wasn't really that good of a storyline. It was just Amy and Sammy, two sisters fighting. That wasn't resolved good either. And also, Sugar was basically, well, Scarlet and the other evil dude. I don't know his name right now. It'll come back to me. I don't really remember his name. That was a storyline, but it was just one episode. And that's it for Pockettail Island. It wasn't really that good of a season. I don't recommend it. If you're gonna watch Total Drama, watch something else. Watch some of the other seasons that I'm gonna be reviewing next.
Better watch your step, pal. Or is it Al?
Quite a warning coming from the guy who tampered with the votes.
So what? Who's gonna believe you? The most manipulative player in Total Drama history.
True, I'm not known for being trustworthy. That is why I have procured a DVD full of footage of you at your shiftiest. Your hours here are numbered, pal. Or should I say, mal? Wait! My people have a saying. Burros muertos no hablan.
Dead donkeys don't talk?
Number 6 is Total Drama All Stars. The reason Total Drama All Stars is number 6 and it's not pushed up is because of the Mal storyline. If the Mal storyline was done right, Total Drama All Stars could have been like one of the top 3 shows. And they did the Gwen and Courtney, Duncan and Scott storyline. That was messed up, and that was basically the top 2 storylines. Top 2 plot lines. You couldn't really do anything else in a 13 season episode, which I feel like they could have done if the season was even longer. If the season had more people and the elimination order wasn't done the way it was, they could have had I think they should have voted off Sam earlier. I don't even think Sam should have been here. And Lightning and Joe, I think, should have stuck around even longer to make it more. To make. I just think Lightning and Joe should have been there to create more conflict in between them. Sure, Duncan, Gwen, and Courtney. But you see, that storyline was done too many times. It was too many times they did Duncan, Gwen, and Courtney. The Mal storyline, it was rushed. They only had like 5 episodes to fully complete the Mal storyline. it could have been a real All Stars could have been a really great season. But when I look at All Stars, I see a season full of potential, but it wasn't executed right.
Quit trying to make out with me.
All you're going to kiss is the end of my bone!
Oh, yeah, now that's the stuff. It's like there were two Courtneys up there. The nut job I wanted to knock into the tar pit, and the hottie in the fur bikini.
Sure, Duncan has this primal animal magnetism, but he also makes me want to hit him where it hurts.
Here's when we get to the Total Drama seasons that I really love. Total Drama Action is the 5th season. Yes, it's the 5th season. And Total Drama Action isn't a bad season. It's a good season. The thing is, it didn't really have that many storylines, and it was more of a laid back season. The storylines were Duncan and Courtney at the ending. Like, first it was Trent and Gwen at the beginning, and then it was more Duncan and Courtney near the end, and Justin was just there. Justin became a bigger factor near the end of the season, but Justin was still there trying to be the villain of Total Drama, the main antagonist of Total Drama Action, but he was, in my opinion, the worst antagonist of Total Drama. He was, because he wasn't really doing anything, he wasn't really strategizing, unlike Heather and Alejandro. So yeah, that's Total Drama Action. It was more of a laid back season. It wasn't a bad season. It had a few storylines, plot lines I mean, and they were pretty good, and Total Drama Action was more of a laid back season. Now let's move on to the 4th season.
That is it! I'm taking control, starting now! There! That's more like it. From now on, this brain is under new management. Mine!
Mike, are you okay?
Better than okay. I won!
And number 4 is Total Drama Revenge of the Island. The reason I put Total Drama Revenge of the Island over Total Drama Action by the slightest amount was because Total Drama Revenge of the Island had more suspense, because the whole thing with Scott being the big antagonist, Mike with his multiple personalities, and Cameron against Scott versus Zoe, Cameron versus Lightning. All those storylines, most of them came at the end of the season, but one of them that stuck throughout the whole season was Scott. And that's why I really like Total Drama Revenge of the Island. It was still a more laid back season, but stuff still happened. Now let's move on to number 3.
Are we the last team?
Yeah, I think we're done. Come on, let's go get eliminated.
Wait! No! I need to tell you... I'm in love with you. Like, really, really in love with you. And I'm sorry it took me so long to see it. To see just how great you are. And if there's any chance at all that you feel the same way about me...
Total Drama Ridiculous Race is my 3rd best season. Yes, it is in the top 3. One of the main reasons why is because I like the characters, and almost every single character was resolved in a good way, except the characters that were voted off early, like the golfers, the golfers, the professional golfers, and the LARPers. The son, one of my favorite characters were the son and father, and the two golfs, and the police cadets too. The only thing the only thing I do not like about the season is the winner. How Jeff and Brody, I think that's his name, won because they were voted off early. But yet they still won. I don't in my book that lowers the season. It could have been as good as number 1, but the winner kind of ruins it for me. So yeah, that's Total Drama Redonkulous Race. It had good characters. It resolved them too. And the villain, they were pretty good. The ice skaters were good. I don't know how you make a villain in a race like Total Drama Redonkulous Race, but they made one and they made them good. This was one of the best seasons out of the 3, like I would say dark ages of Total Drama. This was a good light at the end of the tunnel for Total Drama.
I can't believe you just said that! But we pinky swore! You mean, I've been helping you all this time and you didn't even like me?
Truth? Not really, no. What? We're not here to make friends. We're here to become celebrities, remember?
Ooh, that's cold, bruh.
Oh, like you're such a team player. All you do is go around scaring the crap out of everyone.
At least I'm straight with people.
Whatever. I have invincibility. No one can touch me. This week.
You really are mean! And all that bad stuff people say about you is true! Like how you're a two-faced, backstabbing, lying little...
And the second best season is Total Drama Island. This is the first season, and it is definitely one of the best. Heather was a great antagonist. Owen was a good comedy relief. And this had a lot of great moments. With the Lindsay moment. And there was others too. I like almost every single character. I liked all the plot lines. Most of them were fun. Most of them weren't that big, but they were fun little plot lines. And yeah, this also had the most contestants, and I think that's why it had a lot of plot lines. And if one was bad, it could recover from it, unlike all the other seasons where they had only 13 people. And that's Total Drama Island. It's the second best season. Now, y'all know what is the best season of Total Drama, in my opinion, already by now.
No longer the case, because you have stolen my heart.
Oh, that is so beautiful.
Even if it is Heather.
Our connection goes deeper than any game. Together, we can take over the world.
Well, I suppose I might actually feel a little something.
Mi amor.
A little something called victory! So long, sucker!
Nice! It's about time somebody took La Cucaracha down.
Yeah, boys are okay, but $1 million is way better! Yes! Yes, 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 yes!
And that's a cool million for Heather, the winner of Total Drama World Tour!
Yes, the very best season of Total Drama is Total Drama World Tour. This was very predictable because a lot of people think that Total Drama World Tour is Total Drama's best season. First, they had the best antagonist, which was Alejandro. They had a good love triangle between Courtney, Gwen, and Duncan, which by the way they ruined in Total Drama All-Stars. They also had Cody and Sierra. That was going on. You also had F, it'll come to me later, but yeah, the main thing was Alejandro. The main thing about Total Drama World Tour was Alejandro and Heather. Those two fighting up against each other was the main plot line, and it ended the best way with, as you saw, Heather winning Total Drama World Tour. It was like she was warning everyone about Alejandro, but no one would listen, and then she had to defeat him by her own hands, doing it by herself. And I like that about Total Drama World Tour. It was a good season. I watch it over and over and over again because of all the plot lines. Gwen, Duncan, and Courtney, Heather and Alejandro, Cody and Sierra, and there's more. That's why Total Drama World Tour is my favorite season of Total Drama. Thank you for watching this video, guys. Total Drama is one of my favorite cartoons that was ever put on Cartoon Network. And hopefully you enjoy this video, and please subscribe. I need the help. Please, if you see this video, subscribe. And I am out. Bye.